So, talking about fasting, talking about using your cell phone, I guess, I got my cell phone right here. All right, there is a basketball sized sphere of radiation around the antenna of your cell phone that probably should not be near anything important, like your brain, like your reproductive organs, ladies, like your breasts. This is why it's a great thing that we have Bluetooth devices, that we have corded headsets, that we have other ways to listen to sound on our phones than what I was doing, which is holding it right up to my head. It was, I don't think it was a coincidence that the tumors that developed in my brain when I was highly susceptible to a recurrence of the breast cancer just so happened to be located right exactly there. And in that 11-hour neurosurgery that I had, my incredible surgeon, I mean, she was just amazing to be doing that for 11 hours. My surgeon used kind of like a joystick and sort of went in and very, very carefully maneuvered around my brain and took both of them out. And here I am. I survived. So I guess the lesson to that, there's a couple lessons to that. Number one is don't hold a cell phone up to an area that might get cancer. The cell phone in and of itself, as far as we know, doesn't cause cancer. But what we do know is that it causes glucose to rush to the area that is being affected by that radiation. And if that is your brain, if that is your prostate gland, if that is your breast, then that's not a good thing. Because if there are cancer cells in there, they will be stimulated. They'll get lots and lots of food. So I learned that one the hard way. Now, talking about benefits of fasting with regards to cancer, one of the processes that happens when your body is not getting food, so this is during those 3 really hungry, really miserable days when you're like, food, food, food. Okay. Your body goes into a process called autophagy. Right? This is a great combination of letters. Auto meaning the self, phagy meaning eating. So your body goes into, I guess you could translate that as sort of eating itself. But your body is not going to eat healthy tissue. Your body isn't going to eat blood cells and isn't going to tap into muscle or do any of that. What your body eats first are damaged cells. So the process of going without food, that feeling of hunger, that feeling of fasting, will stimulate it. It means that your body is being stimulated into that hungry place, and that hungry place, if it goes on long enough, will result in your body going on kind of a cleaning expedition. It's sort of like if you're really hungry and there's not much left in your kitchen, and you wouldn't normally eat that stuff anyway because ew, but if you're really hungry and there's a snowstorm, you can't get outside, then you'll go through your fridge. You'll go through and eat the things that maybe you didn't really want to eat in the back of your cupboard. You might make, you might make that instant oatmeal that you forgot about and haven't touched in a year because you're hungry. So that's what the body does. When it's hungry and no food is coming, it goes, okay, well, I better look around and get something to eat. And it will consume damaged cells. Now, damaged cells, we all have them. Everyone listening to this program has cancer cells in their body. We all do. It is, a cancer cell is defined as a cell that's just run a little bit amok. It's damaged. It's not functioning correctly. For most of us, the body's immune system goes through and kills that cancer cell. It goes, it says, you're not normal, boom, kill. The people who develop cancer are developing cancer either because they have too many of those cells for the body to effectively destroy, or because those cancer cells have found a way to outsmart the body's immune system. But autophagy is actually pretty efficient because if you're starving, your body is going to be very, very efficient in looking for sources of food. So fasting not only is good for chemotherapy in people who know they have cancer, it's also good as a cancer preventative. So periodically, and I would say a couple times a year, maybe once a quarter, it would be a really good idea to go a couple days without food. Now, if you can't get past that first 3 days, even if you can just go a day, your body is engaging in that autophagy. If you are super rich, you can go to Switzerland. There are spas that are like $20,000 a week, these insane places, and they are medical health spas, and all they do, really, honestly, the only thing they do is have you fast. and they report all these health benefits. Of course, the health benefits aren't coming from their amazing $20,000 a week spa. The health benefits are coming from the fasting. But a lot of people go there even knowing that it's fasting because they will give you the discipline. You're not going to be eating when you're there. You're going to be in a nice, 4-star hotel suite. You're going to be, entertained with pottery classes and massages and who knows what else. But whatever happens, you're not going to be given any food. The food they do give you there is broth. And now I want to talk to you about how I fast, and the broth comes in here. So when I'm going to start a fast, here's the practical way I do it. The very first day is hard, right? The first day, because you're just used to eating normally, and now you're going to change your diet. So I do not start my fast on the first day. What I do on the first day is I kind of get my body accustomed to the idea that, hey, it's not business as usual. And I do that by eating only liquid. Now, it can be any liquid. It could be a Shake Shack milkshake, although that's not good for me and has too much sugar. But it could be, if I really wanted to have that, I could on the first day of my fast. I can have tomato soup. I can have orange juice. I cannot have a big gulp because you want to avoid huge amounts of corn syrup, basically. That's what's in there. And you probably shouldn't have a Shake Shack milkshake, but you could probably blend up your own milkshake out of, I don't know, I make kefir, so I could probably have a kefir milkshake with some fruit blended up in it. I could have a banana shake. Anything that you want to have, provided that it's liquid. So I suppose you could even take your chicken noodle soup and blend it up in the blender. So it was liquidy. You could even eat that. So on the first day, I don't care about calories. I don't care about the contents of the liquid other than probably trying to stay away from massive quantities of sugar. And that is day one. Now, day two is when I go, okay, body, you have not had any solid food in 24 hours. It's now time to start the fast. And at that point, I cut out all of the carbs, and I cut out, if I'm doing a real fast, I cut out all the food. There's nothing there at all, other than chicken broth and tea and coffee and stevia. That's it. So that's what my fast consists of. And that puts me into ketosis in about 3 days. So the first couple days you're hungry, third day you're fine, and then after that, sometimes you even forget to eat. Now let me tell you how I make the chicken broth because it's wonderful. And if you have dogs, listen up because this is great food for your pup as well. So when you go to the store, have you noticed that beef is like $15 a pound these days? Like even ground beef is like $8 and $9 a pound depending on where you go. It's getting insane out there. Well, the one meat that is still super cheap are chicken legs, drumsticks. You can go into pretty much any grocery store in America and you can find chicken drumsticks for anywhere from 99 cents to $1.59 a pound. So I go in to, sometimes I go to Aldi. Aldi has them for like $1.29. I have a kind of a, Middle Eastern market that I go to, 99 cents. And I will buy about $10 worth. So that's a lot of pounds of chicken, right? That's between 8 and 10 pounds of chicken. I have a great big pot, and my stove is a gas burner. I fill the pot with the chicken. I rinse it off. No, you don't have to rinse it, but I rinse it off. I put it in there. Make sure, I've made this mistake before. Make sure you do not accidentally include the little diaper-like thing that they have in there that absorbs the liquid from the chicken, because I have had to throw away entire pots of chicken because that thing boiled in there and I didn't want to eat whatever was in there. So make sure you peel that away, rinse off the chicken, put it in there, cover it with water, and bring the water about 2 inches from the top of your pot. And it will probably be this much above the chicken if your pot's big enough. Put it on to boil. So put it on a medium to a high flame, bring it to a boil, and as soon as it boils, turn it down as low as your flame will go without going out. Put a lid on it. My pot is I lost the lid and it's too big, so I put a cookie sheet, just a baking sheet on it. So I put the baking sheet, kind of hold the liquid in, and then I leave it there. And I leave it there for about 24 hours, sometimes even longer. 24 hours will usually do it. So I leave it there overnight. As long as there's water that's like this high above the chicken, you can go to sleep. It's not gonna burn up. You can leave your house for a couple hours and come back and it's still there. It might be boiled down a little bit. Just make sure there's a lot of water in there. At the end of that process, what you will have is bone broth. Depending on how long you cook it, you'll have bone broth. Really, really good chicken stock. I used to buy it in cartons, and I haven't had to do that in years because it tastes terrible. This chicken stock is super, super delicious. You'll also have a whole bunch of pieces of chicken. And what I love about chicken legs, the bones are super easy to remove. Remove the big bone, throw it away. And inside of each chicken, there's going to be one that's like I don't know, like a sewing needle, not a sewing needle. I don't know. It's like a tea needle. There's a needle in there. It's about this long. Make sure you get that out as well. When we come back, I'll tell you how you can feed it to your dog and fast with it.